Well, I'm cosplaying Kana Kamui from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and you're cosplaying Maki, right?
Yes, I cosplay Maki from Love Live.
How long have you been cosplaying for?
6-7 years, a while.
It's gonna be 5 years next month.
What was the experience that made you get into cosplay?
Well, I've always loved anime ever since I was a child. It just took a lot of growing up and self-confidence to gain, and before I decided that I actually wanted to go through with it. So my first convention was actually Katsucon, so a long time ago though. So
are you familiar with anyone who's quote-unquote cosplay famous?
Yeah, I am aware of Jessica Nigri, Yaya Han, and I know who Momo-kun cosplay is, but yeah, I know a couple of them, not too many though.
What's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear the name Jessica Nigri?
Well, I have mixed feelings about her, but I know that she's really opinionated. She's also, I think, in my opinion, she's one of the most self-confident cosplayers that are famous. I've actually never met her, but I've actually only heard nothing but positive things from her.
Yeah, I've met her. She's actually really, really sweet. I met her last year at Katsucon and at Boston Comic Con. She's actually really sweet.
Do you ever see? How do I phrase this? Do you ever see yourself being cosplay famous one day? Is that something you even want?
If it happens, it happens. That's my opinion, but it's not something I would say that I want, because there's a lot of you have to put a lot of money and effort into cosplay. Sometimes it just doesn't work out with adult priorities, and so I'm just like, hello? So I don't know if that would work out too well for me, but I mean, I probably wouldn't mind it, you know. A little positive light on cosplay would be that wouldn't hurt. So
I just don't have much of the skills. I mean, I make props, and that's about it. Someone skills, and if it happens, that's cool. After that, it's like too much pressure. I feel like it'd be too much pressure on a lot of people.
Ideally, what's the best traits you want to see from someone who's quote unquote cosplay famous?
Oh, friendliness for the fans. If their fans are cool to you, and your fans look up to you, and you know, and they see you as a positive person, I think the best thing that you can do is try to shed a positive light on cosplay, and not not just say that, you know, there are certain cosplayers that are famous that are like, oh, only you can do this certain cosplay. No, that's not right. Cosplay is for everybody. I think that no matter what skin color you are, no matter how much you weigh or whatever, that should not matter to you. You should do whatever you want because you like that character. So I think that's the thing that I look forward to when I see cosplayers that just go out there and they're just like this.
I agree. It's like being really kind-hearted.
And what's your least favorite traits you would see in someone cosplay famous?
Ego. I can't stand people who think that their business doesn't stink because they're famous, and it really degrades the cosplay community, because it makes people who want to cosplay not want to do it, because then they say, oh, well, I'm not good as this person, and that's not right. You know, I think that, like I said, cosplay is for everybody. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to wear the entire cosplay to cosplay. You can just say, oh, for example, like me, you could just actually have the wig and the horns, and you just be like, oh yeah, I'm cosplaying Kana, and everyone would probably know who you are. It's pretty cool. So, you know, self-confidence is all I can give to people that, you know, want to start. It's like, you do what you want to do, you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody doing it.
I'm Mike, and I'm All Might. I'm AJ, and I'm Eijiro Kiyoshima.
Do you have any Instagram tags you'd like to drop?
I am Schizoid Riot. Schizoid Riot, and I'm Mighty Mike _cosplay.
Alright. How long have you guys been cosplaying for?
Like 4 years? Yeah, I would say 4 or 5 years.
Is there a particular thing that got you into cosplay?
You mean like anime? Because that's kind of what we used to do. I like doing stuff with art, and I thought it'd be really cool to dress up as characters that I love. So.
Nice. So, do you know any famous cosplayers specifically?
I mean, I know of them. Like, I know there's like Jessica Nigri, but like, I don't think I personally know any. My sister knows a lot. My sister's boyfriend is actually a pretty good cosplay. He comes in second almost every year in the New York Comic Con cosplay
So what's like the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear a name like Jessica Negri?
Lewd, I guess.
Yeah, lewd. But it's like half lewd, but she's really good at cosplay too. So I think she's mostly known for her body, definitely. But I also think that she's underrated when it comes to her actual cosplay making skills.
Do you ever see yourself becoming cosplay famous one day?
This guy maybe.
No, I don't really see it, but I mean that'd be really cool. I'm not really trying. I'm just more to just have fun.
What's some of the best things you want to see out of someone who's a cosplay influencer?
As long as they're having fun.
Yeah.
As long as they like what they're wearing and they're having fun. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a hobby thing. If you do it competitively, that's good. But like,
As long as you're having fun, whether it's competitively or just to like go to a con and hang out or what, just as long as you're doing what you love and just having fun.
What's the biggest trait that you don't want to see in someone who's cosplay famous?
Doing it just for likes or for attention. That I don't know. I don't think that's.
in terms of unpopular trends, I think like just general body like negativity, I guess. Like, because everyone wants to cosplay.
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable. I think when people go in public and they're not comfortable with what they're wearing, it doesn't matter. This is a just free zone. You should be able to wear whatever you want. As long as you have at least some clothes on, right?
Well, thank you very much.
Hi, my name is J.O. Stewart. My stage name is known as Stump Jump.
How long have you been cosplaying for?
I've been cosplaying since 2015, last spring.
Was there anything specific that got you into cosplay?
Well, when I went to college in SUNY New Paltz, there was a cosplay club during the spring semester, and they told me about all these different conventions and stuff, and they showed me the cosplays and everything, and I thought like, maybe I thought it would be a great idea to be a character and roleplay as one.
Do you know anyone who's quote-unquote cosplay famous?
Cosplay famous? I would say Yaya Han and Jessica Negri, as far as I know.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Yaya Han?
Fabrics, armor, professional, know what you're doing.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Jessica Negri?
I guess like knowing what she's doing, more revealing cosplay, possibly more like a professional.
What's some of the like number one traits that you want to see in a cosplayer that's famous? Like, what's the most important trait for you to see in someone that has an influence on a community?
I think to be a good cosplayer, I think you need to be very creative in thought, because you can come with different styles of a certain character. It doesn't need to look like exactly the same character. You can do it in different styles.
Awesome. Is there any specific traits that you absolutely don't want to see in a cosplayer that's famous?
People that try to be too perfect or work too hard just to make the perfect cosplay. Cosplaying is all about just having fun.
Yeah. Any other particular reasons why that's so important to you?
Well, for me, myself, I looked up to professional cosplayers like Jessica Negri, Yaya Han, and I thought like, if I have to do this, if she's doing these things, I gotta do the same thing too, like creating armor from Warbler, Evafoam, which is something I've never done before. But it gave me more stress trying to figure out how to do that. So you want to start really small and just have fun to what you know based on your own knowledge.
My name is Michael, and I'm cosplaying George from Halo Reach.
Awesome. How long have you been cosplaying for?
About 5 years.
5 years. Is there any specific thing that got you into cosplay?
No, I just started making stuff one day, and then I found out that conventions existed, and I just showed up.
Do you ever want to be cosplay famous one day?
I'm open to it, but I'm not particularly seeking it.
Do you know any famous cosplayers?
I know a few, but I don't know them very well.
Do you want a quick photo? Okay. Do you know, for instance, the names like Jessica Negri, Yaya Han, and people of that nature?
Yeah, I know of them.
Yeah. What's the first things that comes to mind when you hear those names?
Not really sure. Not really
If when you see someone who has a big influence on the cosplay community, what's the biggest priority for you? Is there a specific trait that you absolutely don't want to see in someone who has an influence in the community?
Just trying to force their opinions on people. I've seen that a lot, and unfortunately, it gets pretty bad sometimes.
Cool. Is there? Why is that really important to you?
Well, I mean, I have my own opinions, but I don't like to force them on people. Other people are can have their own opinions, but a lot of people like to try to push their political views on others, and they try to use their cosplay platform as a means to spread their word, and to me that just doesn't seem right.
So what are some other things that you think is that's good for the community that you should see in more people?
Just I don't know, be more accepting and stop being so negative. There's a lot of people that just kind of put people down for buying cosplays or making bad cosplays, but I mean, it's just for fun. It's not supposed to be perfect. I mean, just do what's fun for you.
Oh, that's okay. Tell me your name. What's your name? No, you gotta tell me your name first. Yeah, Jonah Shamgar Connors, and then my name's Shamgar Connors.
Awesome. How long have you guys been cosplaying for?
I've been doing it a long time. He's been doing it since, well, he came with me since he was 3 months old. So he's been at it. He loves it, obviously. You like it? You like powering up? Yeah.
Is there anything specific that got you into cosplay?
Probably just playing video games forever. And it's just fun. It's like there's a lot of really nice people, really friendly, and obviously I like it because take him around, he can have fun and it's safe. It's cool. And you like it, right? You like powering up? Yeah.
Is cosplay fame of any interest to you for yourself?
I mean, I always joke around and say I want to be internet famous, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. The main thing is I just like it that he's having fun, and then, I have fun with all my friends. Right now, we're waiting for the rest of everybody to get out of the rooms and everything, but so he wanted to get out, so that was it. So we're running around.
Is there any cosplay famous people that you know? Or know of, at least?
I mean, there's like some basic people, I guess. Like, I can't even think of names specific. I mean, but there's like famous people you follow online and stuff.
Yeah. So like people like Jessica Negri. Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that name?
She's done a lot of cosplays, and she's done it. I think she's always had really on point ones, so that's pretty cool. And then she's really involved. There's a lot of different ones. You see tons of pictures of her and like other people, so I think it's just cool. Anytime anyone does cosplay, it's cool. Like him and I do this, but then we do I do Daddy Son Colossus, so we both like paint our whole bodies and have a whole X-Men like old school '90s Colossus. We'll be doing that tomorrow. So like anyone that goes all out, I always appreciate it just because I think it's cool to like put that much effort into it. And he likes it. You like doing the roll from doing the roll?
What's the primary positive traits that you want to see for someone who has an influence on the cosplay community?
Just be kind to people and be real to people. Like that's just the main thing, because a lot of people grew up. That's the microphone. A lot of people grew up and that they and then it's just so it means a lot to a lot of people, and so as long as you just are nice to people, kind to people, everyone will be reciprocate that back, and that's just the main thing, because it's like a cosplay community is like a big family, really. I mean, there's differences all over the place, but the main thing is like just be kind to people, and then they'll return the favor. Right? Is it good to be nice? You like being nice? Yeah. See.
What's some of the biggest things you don't want to see for someone who has an influence on the community?
No, don't, there's always going to be trolls and silly people, so just don't respond negatively to them, because then everyone points that out. They're like, oh, this famous person was mean, and then, it's just, and then they take that, and then they say, oh, everyone's like that. And let it go, you don't let it go. We're not closing. No,
So
Yeah, so that's all. Just don't be negative.
yeah.
Because then it just reflects poorly. No, we can't. Wait till we get done. We have to.
Awesome. Why don't you give a good wave goodbye?
Say goodbye and then we'll power up. Ready? Power.
Hello, I am Casey, or Loud Knack and Mangle the Cosplays. I'm cosplaying Ryoko from Kill la Kill, / without a wig today, because I just got here.
I'm Jake. My tag online is mostly Jake Scribbles. I'm super lazy right now, and I'm only wearing very casual.
Very casual.
Very casual.
How long have you guys been cosplaying for?
5 years? 5 years now, yeah.
About 10. 10 years.
Is there anything specific that got you into cosplay?
Peer pressure. My friends are like, you're going to Katsucon and you're gonna like it. You know what? I did, and I love it. And here I am, back again for, I think it was like my 5th year Katsucon, because I've been cosplaying for 5 years. So, yeah, peer pressure.
I got into cosplay because my first convention was Otakon, and I saw a ton of these people dressed up as like everything that I loved, and I was like, I have to do this too. It's obligatory now. This is too cool. So I did it, and I'm still doing that thing.
Do you ever want to be cosplay famous?
It would be cool, but it's not really a goal. Like, I just cosplay to have fun. Like, I just like taking a character from a fictional world and becoming them. Like, I cosplay Ruby, so I like love to like get in the character and like scream about cookies and yell at Uncle Crows and that kind of thing. It's really about having fun.
For me, pretty much the same thing. I just enjoy cosplaying to cosplay, and whatever happens, just happens. Just enjoy it and have fun.
Do you know anyone that's cosplay famous?
Cosplay famous. I mean, like, yeah. Jessica Negri, for instance. I don't know her personally, but it'd be cool to be friends with said person. She seems pretty nice and dorky like me, so I think I would get along with her.
I've run into people that are cosplay famous. Bill Duran, Jessica Nagiri, Yaya Han, probably a few others that I just didn't realize. But that happens a lot. Like here at Katsucon, that's pretty much bound to happen because there's so many people that are cosplay famous. But because their cosplay level is just so extreme, you're like, who is that? That's awesome. And then you find out later on, you're like,
Like, you're really cool.
yeah.
What's a few choice words that comes to mind when you hear the name Yaya Han?
Craftsmanship, skill, and big, beautiful dresses.
Yeah. That was like the first cosplayer that I ran into that was like probably like top tier, super skilled, can do armor, can do sewing. Presentation is just remarkable. I'd say right now probably all the fabrics that I have to get in order to make my stuff look really good without having to just put tons of effort in to make fabric what I need.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Jessica Negri?
I love her like original designs and the different takes she takes on costumes. I think it's really creative and a different take on the character. So that's what comes to mind when I think of her. Like, and she has some like I know she's working on her Loon cosplay, which looks freaking amazing. Like I'm just like so much skill, like clearly like within that. I'm just like let me learn the ways too.
I'd say the first thing that comes to mind for me probably is just how honest and real she can be. She's herself, like completely all the time around people, and that's something that I really admire in people when they are just themselves all the time. Like she takes really hilarious photos, and she takes her cosplay seriously, but she also just has a lot of fun with it. Like when she wore the Tyrannosaurus thing, like just was a derp, or the hot dog costume. I was just like, it's amazing. Yes.
We appreciate those derps, Jessica. Keep bringing them on.
What is the most important trait you want to see in a cosplayer that has an influence on a community?
The most important trait in a I like to see cosplayers who
a lot. He has tons of videos and books and stuff that have come out. He does collaborations with other YouTubers and cosplayers, and he has spotlights where he brings cosplayers in and sort of does like a really long interview for like something crazy that they built recently. And it's really nice to see that, because not only does it get people involved, but it kind of educates them too, which is really nice.
What's the last trait you want to see in a cosplayer that has an influence on the community?
The last trait.
What's the worst, like, your biggest pet peeve for someone who has an influence on the community?
I don't like elitism. Like I feel like you shouldn't be like not include people, or like you like I don't know. Like I just hate the elitist part of the cosplay community, because cosplay's for everybody. Everybody can cosplay, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of that's, yeah. For me, cosplay is not only about being yourself, but also becoming someone else. And anybody should be able to do that. And everybody should be able to enjoy it. So when you see a cosplayer have a big community, but then they go, well, except for you. That's kind of just like a gut punch, because it's like, it shouldn't be except anyone, it should be everyone. Everyone should be included. Everyone should be valued. Because without everyone, we wouldn't have these awesome conventions.